So I chose to get certified so that I could learn a background and stuff, how to make stuff, make sure that I'm making everything right, not just here.
Exactly.
Because some people just throw stuff in a cup and now they're a bartender.
Right.
And it's like, that's not even what I
mean, I think y'all learn, what's this shit called right here?
A jigger?
I never saw this in the urban club, like in the hip hop club.
Well, that's about experience. If you see a new girl, you're going to use that jigger for maybe the first week or two.
Yeah.
After that, I started counting my jigger. Like, I learned how to pour out by counting how long it takes me to fill up the jigger.
Right.
Now I don't need the jigger because I could pour it out and I could eye it. I know this. If I'm at this club every Saturday, when I pour the jigger, it comes to here in the cup. Give or take, not even a half an ounce, maybe an eighth of an ounce. It's gonna be pretty accurate.
Say like if somebody comes up to my bar and they be like, "Oh, let me get 2 shots," and I pour one shot and I pour the other shot and I put them next to each other, they be perfect. I be like, yes. I do it just a little.
Or when you do your Long Island and it come right to the top,
right
you know you did it.
Like, yeah, that's the one.
You got these pouring 4 bottles at one time.
Right. Like, at one time, they're like, "Oh, you doing a damn thing."
Girl, I do this.
I am. Thank you. Tip me.
You did weddings before?
Yes.
I have.
I actually had the guy from the Atria reach out to me recently, but I'm not interested in doing that anymore.
The country club that I worked at, it was all weddings. It was a bunch of weddings, like different even like ethnicity of weddings, where like men and women couldn't be in the same room. Like once they was married, they had to separate.
That's crazy, yo.
Like I've been to, and I'm a crier too. I'd be at the country club like,
No, I've done.
And then last year I did like a private wedding, and I had so much fun.
That's what I did. I did a wedding for a family friend. They needed a bartender. They offered. They also wanted me there, so it was just kind of like okay.
Right, and the food be good, and
it was private.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so you do hip hop clubs, right?
Definitely.
So say you got somebody that keeps coming back and just keep getting shots or whatever, and then you looking at them get fucked up. Do y'all cut that person off or y'all keep?
Usually the hip hop clubs are really crowded, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll just act after a while. I'll act like I don't hear you. I don't see them or I don't hear them, just to avoid confrontation.
That's bartending game right there. I never heard that before.
Right? No, I would. Or there's certain times where like I'll give them. I'd be like, take this water and come back to me in a little while. Come back to me in a little while. I've personally taken keys from people. Yeah. Like somebody that I know. It was like a hip hop spot. Yeah, I gave them a hug. I grabbed the keys. And literally, why did I grab the keys? They sleeping on the bar, drooling up. Get your ass. Give me the keys. You're not going nowhere.
See, I just bob and weave and act
You're not going nowhere.
And then eventually they'll get pushed, they'll get aggravated and walk away.
Right.
And then if they come back in an hour or so, then I'll be like, I'll give them another one because they had time to come down. But if you come back too fast, I'm gonna.
Because that's the thing. Per hour, 1 drink leaves your system. Per hour.
That's big, yo. That shit is, I done seen some fucked up shit.
But then it also goes by your weight. It also goes by your height. So say if somebody's 6'2" and they weigh almost 300 pounds, and you got somebody like me that's 5'2" and weighs 130, they could drink more than I can.
I mean, it's not. We don't count the drink, but if you come to the bar looking a little,
yeah, you can see that.
I can't keep up with how many drinks every person have. I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm that good.
And then they think they slick. Say if there's 2 or 3 bartenders, if you don't want to serve them, they'll go to the other bartender. So then that's when you have to communicate with your fellow bartenders, like, yo, this person, right? Don't do this, don't do that, whatever the case may be.
Definitely.
So does that fall into customer service?
Yes. It definitely does. It definitely does. Because a lot of times I've had people, or, I've had people say, I woke up the next morning, like, I had $180 in my pocket. Now I only got 17, like, where I spent all my money on. People don't even be remembering.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? They don't even be like, dang, that was my gas money now.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And it's like, in retrospect, even though at the time when they're trying to order the drink, they don't think of it like that, you're really helping them out.
No, it's a fact. That's definitely a fact. Like, what's the best crowd y'all ever bartend? Like, you say you did college parties, right?
Yeah. I love the college kids. I have the most fun with them.
Yeah.
They're the cheapest.
That's a fact.
But when they first come back to school,
Yeah, they
got that money.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta remember they run on it. You gotta know when to run up in there and know when to run in their pocket.
The beginning of the semester.
When they first come back after Christmas.
Being a promoter.
Yeah, they got that Christmas money.
Being a promoter.
But I can't say the promoters that I work for look out for me.
That's a fact.
Like they, because a lot of the college parties they give out free stuff or whatever, and you know, all times bartenders pour it. It's not much work. It's usually shots, but they'll break me off something nice.
Yeah,
as they should.
So
and don't most, they be doing like thirsty Thursdays and 25-cent drinks.
Yeah.
That's
and I'm sorry not to call anybody out, but females are tipping better than the males nowadays.
that's
can you talk about it, or can we talk about it?
Like if they're doing 25-cent drinks and 3 females come to that bar and they get 3 drinks, they liable to leave me $30.
But that's another thing
from my pocket.
as a bartender.
The dude, you'd be lucky if they leave you 50 cents.
I have.
that's
say I
that's my
have
next
people
question.
coming over here, right? Say I have the same person who came to me 3 times for a drink and the same person who came to me 3 times for a drink. This person A is tipping per drink, and person B is not tipping per anything. So guess who's gonna get served first?
Yeah.
Person A.
Sometimes, especially with the older crowd, because I work, you have to be careful doing that because person B may just leave you $100 at the end of the night.
Oh, I had that. I had that.
You know what I mean? So you kind of gotta learn people.
I had that.
I mean, that's when you have
where my
regulars
managers was like, "Let me make sure like this is gonna go through." Like I had a few of those. And I'm like, "You better get my money."
No, that's the way I think I tip as a promoter, like, cause I'm a promoter, so I'm there fucking 9:30, and you, it's a bartender that's holding me down. At the end of the night, when I cash out, I cash her out. You know what I mean? Like, so, how do y'all prefer y'all tips? Like, per drink?
In cash, because I hate the
it really depends. See, it really depends.
What is it, 15%, 20%, 25%?
15%.
Or you can write out whatever you want.
You can write out whatever you want.
$5, $10.
Yeah, all right.
It all depends. It all depends on the person, the vibe. Because you know your vibe. You know you're being nice. You know you're giving them excellent customer service. You know that you're holding them down. Like, say if you instead of doing 1.5, you're doing 2 ounces of liquor and all they drinks. You know what I mean? It all depends on the vibe, the spot, the night. Like, so I feel like you analyze all of that, and then you say to yourself, like, okay, they spent $50, they tipped me $20. That was a really good tip. I had a really good time serving them. Because we have fun serving them as well as they have fun drinking.
They're fun. Even the ones that can't drink, they don't care. They come there already drunk. Okay.
And they have a good old time.
And yes, they do. And it's a less hostile crowd.
Right.
Like, you don't have to worry about certain things when they come in there. Ain't nobody throwing drinks.
Because their main agenda is to have fun.
They really there to have fun. Sometimes in the hip hop parties, I love my people, but they just be in there ill grilling and the energy off. And you be watching, like making sure nobody gonna throw a bottle. You like,
right.
That's a fact.
And you be having to go tell your manager, like, oh, it's a fight about to go down. Right.
Right. Signal guards and shit. Like,
it's a lot.
Like,
it can get to
or you
be
got
a
that
lot.
Thirsty nigga that
I used to work
in
at a bar.
All night.
We gonna get to the thirsty nigga.
I used to be at a bar where they used to shoot every weekend, and my mother used to call me and be like, "Is your life worth this money?" And at a certain point, you got to think about it in retrospect. But at a certain point, you don't know what's gonna happen at the end of the night.
As a promoter, I had that conversation with myself many times. Like, it's a period where some bullshit is always happening. Always happening. I be like, I don't know, yo, do I really need this fucking headed?
Right, the stress.
And then some turning point is just, it goes good, and like, yeah.
It's a revolving door.
Yeah, this business is tricky. Very tricky. Being a bartender, do y'all drink more or do y'all drink less?
Oh, child.
Like, before this.
I think I drink less.
Like, but before this, were you a drinker?
Yeah. I was a big partier. Like I said, I was in a club before I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I've been around for a long time, Ski.
I was an advocate weed smoker.
See,
I would smoke weed so much to the point where I would go to the club and I wouldn't even want. I would just sit in my bliss of being high. Since I actually became a bartender in like 2017, I drink so much.
Really?
Honey, I drink so
but are
much.
Are you chilling? Are you at home?
That's what it did to me.
It
depends. I used to be that person in the club like, damn.
It depends because honestly,
like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And now I just drink because I have to be alert. I have to pour these drinks. I got to remember what you just told me. I got to know how to count that money.
Right.
I got to make sure everything's straight. So I slow sip.
Yep.
That's why I said I don't know if I'm aging out because I'm getting older now.
See, my thing is
but
okay.
It's like,
if I'm working
I don't want to be that drunk anymore. I like to get a little buzz, and I'm cool.
Right.
I'm not drinking to barely drive home.
Oh, honey, I'm getting I get in trouble all the time from my shorty because she's like, you be driving drunk, and I be like, you right, I don't remember though, but you right. But it's very dangerous.
See,
and
me,
it's not.
Maybe I got tired of it because I used to go out every weekend, not making money. I used to go out and
spend
money, party.
I think that's where the difference comes in because I had my daughter a month before my 21st birthday. So I didn't start going out until I started bartending.
Oh, okay. See, no.
So I was
always in the club. So.
If you don't, and every bar that I was at, I was allowed to drink. I was never not allowed to drink at any bar. So it was like I would either get a beginning shift drink or an end shift drink. That's what they used to call it. Or like they would let customers buy you shots as long as they paying for it. The customers could buy you shots. Or like
one of the clubs I work at, we can drink.
Certain bars, certain bars you could just drink.
As long as we ain't in there drinking a whole bottle.
But if I'm at a shift and my shift is
like one time I was like, why you don't got a drink? I'm like,
I'll start drinking at like 9. I'll have a little shot here or there from 5 to 9. But like if my shift is 5 to 1 o'clock in the morning, around 9 o'clock, yeah, I'm hitting the bottle. Pour it up.
No, that's.
And a lot of times as bartenders, if you're working with other girls, they be like, shot. So then all the bartenders take a shot.
The customers, especially at the college.
And they love to see that.
Them customers will buy me all type of shots, and sometimes I'll fake take them because I'm not drinking that.
But yeah, another question. Do y'all feel y'all gotta have a gimmick? Like, do y'all feel like y'all gotta fucking like?
It depends. The only gimmick I ever done was put water in a tequila, in a certain kind of bottle, in a tequila bottle, and they would pay for it, and I would get the money, and I'll sip water, and you drink a tequila. And my boss put me onto that at one of my bars. Like, okay, well, why don't you try to do this? And we would keep a certain bottle behind the bar for ourselves, and that's what we would do. And you think you paying for it to get me fucked up? No, I'm gonna sip this water though, and I'm gonna take that little $7, $8, $9, $10, and it's going right in my tip jar.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes they don't pay too much attention either when you're making the drinks. So sometimes if I'm doing it, I'll skimp my drink. Like, it won't even be a real drink.
But like gimmick as far as what? Like, what do you mean by gimmick?
Like fucking, you gotta fucking sit on a bar and
oh no, I don't do
that type of shit.
I dance when my friends are there. They hype me up. Certain of my regular customers know me. They'll hype me up. I have fun, but I don't do anything out of the ordinary. The bars sell itself. People come there to drink. You don't have to sell the drinks.
But this is the thing I feel like bartending when I started and bartending now. I feel like we're not just bartenders. We promoters.
No, we're expected to look a certain kind of way.
We're bartenders. We're promoters. We're supposed to be models. It's not just like, I feel like when I started, it was one thing. It was bartending.
It was bartending.
And that's all it was. Now,
if
you don't promote.
Bartender, yeah.
Yeah, now, if you don't promote, you don't get the good days. If you don't promote, they'll give your shifts to other people.
And how do y'all feel about that?
I don't mind because, like I said, I started off promoting, so it's second nature to me. Nobody ever asked me to promote. I want to make money. I need to pack this place out. And it's not just the promoters. I mean, it's cool, but when it's a bad night, you can't just blame the promoter. Exactly. You can't invite anybody.
If you didn't
and as a bartender, if you have a following, use it.
But you know, the way it is in social media these days, it's like,
and if you don't have a following, build one. Like if you were new and you was working with me, I'm going to post you and tag you. Because they're going to want to know who that pretty girl is on
That's a fact, yo. That is a fact.
But this is my mindset. Just because you may be a better promoter as a bartender, does that make you a better bartender?
It's worth ethic. It's worth ethic.
Some people, you know.
Nah, yeah, you gotta.
It's like
it's like the person that say you work somewhere and it's the person that's always running around doing everything. You may be doing the same amount of work, but when the manager is looking, they always doing the work, so you're gonna get more hours.
It goes down like
it's
that.
It's like any job.
It's
just a different flip-flop.
But my thing is like, okay, say you promote more than me. They see you promoting more than me. They see you posting more than me. But when it comes to behind the bar, you got an attitude. Customers don't want to go to you.
No, then that's customer service.
Whatever the case may be, it's like, that's where I'm like,
it's not. It doesn't mean everything, but it does play a part. Just like
it definitely does. But that's what I'm saying. It's a new generation of bartenders.
And then there's people who have bigger followings than others. I may only have to post it once or twice. You may have to post it 20 times to get your people to come. You have to know yourself.
Right.
So that's very true though. Because when I went to Atlantic City, I'm like, yo, god damn, they got fucking strip, like they on some stripper shit, but they're not stripping. But they bartenders. Like, they take turns. Like, there's a girl up there on a pole, and then there's two girls down there. The gimmick shit is like, depending on where you at, the gimmick shit works.
I feel like it could be beneficial here, but not to be funny. In Connecticut, Bridgeport, whatever, the people can be just very choosy and cheap. So it's not worth it to us here. If I worked in Vegas or Atlantic City, would I do it? Goddamn right. Will I do it here? Absolutely not.
A lot of the
because I'm not getting on no bar shaking my ass for $30.
Nah,
I bet you they up there making 3 G's. It's a big difference.
I did the numbers in Vegas.
That's what I'm saying. I just want one summer in Vegas. I bet you by the time I come home, I can buy a house.
Yo,
that's what I'm saying.
She hates Vegas because I say like, yo, like, this should be right. We moving to Vegas, but she tells me no all the time.
No Vegas?
But you know what? I hear that from a lot of girls. I hear that from girls that went to Vegas. They be like, I did it. I done it. I want to go back. And I'd be like, why? You're like, I feel like it's more of a guy's thing.
Nah, man. No.
But like,
it's a ladies' world. You can go to Vegas. If people say they go to Miami with $0, you can go to Vegas with $0.
That's what I'm trying to do. Okay?
I would personally do it.
Give me one summer, baby.
But you'll be all right.
Give me June to the end of August, baby. Let me see how I come up out there.
And they cater to women in Vegas.
They fucking clubs is making $1 million
a night.
And then, like, say if you go out there in February, they got coat racks. That shit isn't making $100,000. A fucking coat rack.
Right. You excited?
That shit.
You want to run the coat rack?
That shit is crazy, yo. That shit is crazy to me. How like what we trying to do here? If you go somewhere else, they got this shit mastered.
It's
because
about
it's
the crowd.
all aspects.
Vegas is the entertainment central of the world.
It's literally all. It's the food. It's the drinks. It's the people you have working. It's the way that you put your tables. It's the chairs you have. It's in the cups that you serve your drinks in.
People come to
it's
Vegas
down
to
to every little detail.
People come to
and
Vegas
once you figure out all those logistics, the money's.
In Vegas, you can be cheap in Vegas. You could partially ball in Vegas, then you can ball in Vegas. Like, that's why I love Vegas. Like, but that's a different story. But that's a whole different podcast.
Vegas.
Bartenders versus bottle girls. Is there an issue? What's the difference?
I've never
Not an issue. What's the difference?
I've never worked at a club that had like separate.
I worked
like if they wanted a bottle, they'd send one of us to go deliver it. So I never had an issue. I've done bottles. I think it depends on attitudes.
I feel like
but then once money gets into it, it gets a little different.
But what's that payout? Like, what you get something off the bottle?
It all depends. Yeah, usually a bottle girls work for the money off the bottles, and they probably get a shift pay.
They get a higher shift pay, I think, than bartenders do.
Right,
because they're not
getting no tip. Well, per drink or whatever, they might be getting tipped off the bottle.
But if bottles don't sell, now they're here just standing there.
Real.
Exactly.
You get another cup.
So like, okay, I've worked at a bar where you have to be both.
That's where.
I've never done both.
No.
Until I was working there. Like I have a little sister. She's very cute, very nice shade. She started as a hookah girl and then became a bottle girl, and then somebody asked her to randomly bartend, and then she's been doing that. But me, I've always bartended. So like actually going out and selling something to somebody, because it takes salesmanship. Like you have to sell them that bottle at that price, whatever the case may be. So I was like kind of thrown into a situation where this week you'll be a bartender and next week you'll be a bottle girl. And I didn't like it because I wasn't comfortable with it because I didn't know it enough. But I feel like, okay, this is the thing. People naturally go to the bartenders for the bottles. But now there's bottle girls. So do you tip out your bartenders for getting you a bottle sale?
That's true. Well, when I worked in New York, because I did New York parties, when I worked in New York, they had a bottle girl there, and they had 2 bartenders there, and it was a Caribbean club.
Yeah.
No, people bought drinks, but they bought a lot of bottles.
Right.
And they came to us. We got the commission off the bottles.
Right.
Some clubs at the bar, the bartenders aren't getting commission off the bottles.
But sometimes the bartenders are not allowed to sell the bottles because they are.
So I guess it all depends on.
So
I feel like that should be the case. I feel like if the club has bottle girls, allow them to sell the bottles.
Right.
Make it clear that there will be no bottle sales at the bar.
Right.
The point of sale would be X,
but
Y,
the point, who makes it clear?
Girls don't have to go around.
At that point, who makes it clear? The bartenders.
People come to the club and
signs.
The owners don't have any bottles for sale behind the bar. That's what
I meant.
But that's what I'm saying. Somebody has to make it clear, because that's what I said. When it comes to money, it switches up, because there's a bottle girl and you're a bartender and you're gonna sell that bottle anyways.
That's why there should be no bottles behind that bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Very true.
And now I can't even.
But then you can't blame the customer for going to the bar to try to get a bottle.
But if they came to the bar trying to get a bottle, you didn't make that sale. They came to you. They were looking for a bottle anyway. Just send them to the bottle girl. And then you send the bottle girl. And that's her money.
But you don't think
You're not walking. No, you shouldn't. Because
you should.
With the thing about the bottle girls, they're in the crowd asking people to buy bottles. If somebody walks up to the bar asking for a bottle, you didn't sell that bottle. They came there knowing. So let me break it down to you like this: if you're in a bar where it's so crowded, it's hip hop night, it's lit, it's super, like people can't even walk through, right? So now the bottle girl can't even walk through to see the people at the other end of the bar that want the bottles. So now they coming to you. You done gave her 4 bottle sales. You don't think you should get some money off of that? No, personally, no.
I think you should.
I mean, maybe because I play both sides of the fence, but if there's a club that there's technically bottle girls, if people are coming to the bar looking for bottles, they're not really looking for you. They're just going to whoever they see first.
Yeah, they know to go to the bar.
What I'm saying is you're not negotiating the bottle with them.
I feel like
they shouldn't have to split it, because
the promoter.
No, I don't think you should split it. Say if it's $20 you get off the bottle, give me 5.
The promoter.
I'm not saying 10. I'm not saying give me half of everything.
The bottle service shit is so much of a big deal that it should be handled gently. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, bartenders are bartenders.
And bottle girls are bottle girls. Bartenders shouldn't get paid off of bottles. They shouldn't sell bottles.
I don't think they should either.
Now, y'all on the same team, I feel like.
That's how I feel like. I feel like if me and you work the party together, whether or not, you see how I am, you see my energy, I'm different. Like, if you over there, say your booth right there with the bottles and my bar over here, then they come in and I need a bottle, I'm like, listen, I go to Shorty over here. It's not costing me anything. Right. Because I don't even have no bottles to give you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, but say
I need to get to my next customer.
But wait, pause. Say if it is. Say in retrospect, let's just imagine.
There are bottles for you to sell?
No. Say imagine it is costing you, because now you got to text or you got to come from behind the bar to go get the bottle girl to go service this person.
Oh, I'm not doing
now
all
you're
that.
Missing out on text.
I'm not doing all
but
that.
But the person is standing in front of you waiting for their bottles. And so now what do you do?
I'm going to tell them I can't sell bottles. Go find a bottle girl. I'm not going crazy trying to make sure this person get a bottle because it ain't beneficial.
No, that's what
I'm
saying, listen, you gotta wait for the bottle girl.
But now you got the bar owner or the bar manager saying we lost 4 bottle sales because you didn't go get the bottle girl.
I'm gonna say next time I'm gonna call you and you go get the bottle girl because I lost my tips waiting on you unless you're gonna pay me out for that 20 minutes that I had to go find a bottle girl.
I feel like
it's unorganized. Clubs need to organize better. They need to make it clear that there's no bottle sales at the bar. The same way they yell everything else over the DJ booth, no bottle sales at the bar.
Very simple. It could all be so simple. You're so right.
Everybody work together.
That's what I'm saying.
Be so simple.
But no, at the end of the day, no, I wouldn't be looking for payment because I know that's how that girl. I've been a bottle girl.
Yeah.
Right. So now when it comes to a new day and age, it's hookah girls.
Yeah.
Well, hookah girls don't work at the bar at all. They usually have their own station.
Sometimes.
Or they should, anyway.
They should.
They shouldn't be in our way.
I've worked where they have had their own station and they haven't had their own station. You don't get that man hookah out of here.
I like hookah. You know, I can do my own hookah. I've also done hookah things. I've done hookah services for people at different parties.
No, that's a fact.
But that's what I'm saying. it's new day and age bartenders. It's not just bartenders.
And that's fine.
Now you
but the clubs have to be mindful of it, and it's not up to us to organize it. It should be organized for us. When we
I feel like they don't think about it from our perspective.
No, they just think about their pocket.
So we got to make it known our perspective on the situation so that they can at least maybe take it into thought or consideration of how we feel about it.
Like for instance, I love Perfections because they're
not gonna do that.
They have the table in the back with the hookah. You can't get it mixed up with the bar.
Hold on. We gotta take the shot.
Take a shot.
Take a shot. It's tequila, so you're already in tequila, so you've been
already
drinking
know
brown.
I'm on the brown. I'm on the dirty water.
All right. Ooh, mama.
Yes.
I can tell you what you're saying.
You know, they got the hookah in the back. Where the kitchen usually is, that's usually where they're selling bottles from. And then they got the drinks at the bar. I feel like that's what I mean by separated. And then there's no stepping on each other's toes. Or
right.
If a customer wants to be belligerent, when you go to Target, if you got to get something from electronics, you got to go to electronics. You can't go to the front and ask if you're not bringing electronics to you.
So I think, like you said earlier, it all comes down to the organization.
And it shouldn't be said at 12:30 when everybody's going crazy.
Because I've had, I'm sure as a bartender, you've had people who, like I said, they don't know. They're just customers. They're coming out to have a good time.
Listen, and
they always ask
and
me
people have to train. Usually the bartenders are the most. They're gonna come to the bar first.
Right.
Make sure your bartenders are people. You cannot be a cute ass, mean, ignorant bitch and think somebody gonna want you working in their bar. I don't care how good you look.
Right.
And that's another thing. Like, how do y'all feel?
If you're not a people person, don't be a bartender. I don't care how fat your ass is. I don't care how pretty you smile.
That's.
But some people
I would rather get my drinks from
ugly.
Some people do.
Ugly chick.
That's
gonna make my drink right.
Does your look affect your tips?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
But you should look good.
Yeah.
But you gotta act good too.
I feel like the best type of female is when your energy is just good.
Like, it's the energy. But you know what it is?
I mean, it's the club. It's entertainment. You're just like nobody. So everybody's supposed to look the part too. You know what I mean?
Imagine a bartender in sweatpants and a baggy t-shirt.
Disgusting.
You gonna order a drink from her or a chick that got her hair done, nails done, eyelashes done, nice, organized? I'm not saying she's naked.
Depends.
But I'm saying
depends. If that chick in the sweats is cooler.
But just
that pretty
you
bitch
don't
A
know.
bar is one thing. A club is different.
Yeah.
That's totally true.
If that pretty bitch is
totally
rude,
you're not gonna know that bitch is rude till you go over there.
You're
gonna go over there first. Where to?
Nah.
You're gonna go over there first.
Right.
And if she rude, you might not go back.
Right. You can be like, shorty with the sweatpants is cool as fuck. She make my drink a little bit better than the other one, so I'm over here with it.
Yeah.
But then sometimes with the customers, with the little bit better versus the club owner situation, sometimes clash heads. Like I got into it, I poured somebody drink. They like, it's no liquor in here. I'm like, you tripping? But that club owner wanted. That was his drink. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Now going against the grain.
So I just go get them. Because I'm not doing that with you. I'm like, you could talk to them.
Wanna know
I don't make the recipe.
The thing that I hate the most, okay, you ordered a drink, you sat it at the bar, you knocked your own drink over and you gonna come to me and think you getting another free drink? No, baby, no. That's not how it's going down. I don't watch your sloppy ass drop your own drink. Okay, and you think you about to come over here and get another one for free?
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. You order ice cream at Dairy Queen, the shit's, you drop the shit, you think they're about to give you another one for free?
No.
That's not how it works. So I don't get why people think that that's how it works behind the bar.
It doesn't.
You drop your own drink. Sometimes, if you running a tab, your tab's at $100 and something, and you drop a drink. Okay, I'll charge you half price.
Don't come over here ordering one drink, not even tipping me $1 and think I'm going to.
And then you gotta spill it and think I'm gonna give you a free drink. I'd be like, oh, okay. You really think that's what's about to happen? It's not. It's not. Plain and simple. Simple.
And that's what people gotta realize. We don't make we would love to make you drink the way we make our drinks at home. I would love to make people drink the way
because
I sell
they see us on the front
line. But it's
line,
not my profit.
They think we have control over it.
It's not my profit to make it that way. And then there's certain bartenders that will make it that way to make certain people happy. And then when they come to you, now the drink is weak. But at the end of the day, I don't know you. And this is my job.
Right. I'm not losing my job. And they don't understand it's so easy for a bartender to lose their job and be replaced by the next bartender. It like this, with a snap of a finger, with a Facebook post, with a Snapchat post. you could lose your job like that because you want to cater to the next person who's not even tipping you or being rude to you or X, Y, and Z. Like,
all right. What was the last bar you was at before this whole pandemic shit started?
I did bottles at White Eagle.
White Eagle. Where were you at?
I was at Rum and Tequila.
That was actually the Sunday before everything shut down.
And I worked the very last Sunday at Perfections before the world closed.
I was at Sunday at Perfections.
Yes,
and then I got dressed.
You know how many people was there and then went there?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, I was early at P's, just eating and driving out, just smoking hookah, drinking.
Yeah.
I got dressed in P's bathroom
and went to the all white. Yep. Yes, that was the same weekend. And I can tell you the date, the 16th.
I'm about to say 17th.
17th.
16th or 17th.
Yep, that's Sunday, March.
All right, so you were a bottle girl
that night.
And you were working at the bar.
I was bartending that night. Yep.
Like, when well, it's the same question. Like, do y'all mix your own drinks at home? Like, y'all about to bring this to the streets, like, and present it to wherever you're at, like say if you at home, like this, whatever this shit is.
Oh, my bottles, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the drink.
No, that shit is fire.
I'm talking about the drink.
Yes, that joint fire. I just said you might be putting me on this.
Now, when the streets open back up, are you gonna do that in the club, whatever bar? If
I have my signature drinks at my club,
and
they allow me to do so, and the customers love it. I make the liquid marijuanas at the college bar. They go crazy for that. There's no marijuana in the disclosure.
Yeah.
But it comes out this crazy green color, and it tastes amazing. And one of the college kids.
What you call that? We'll see. What was that?
This was just
amazing.
1942 on iced tea, but I have a lot of drinks.
So how did you come up with that?
I was in a rush and I wanted to bring a drink out the house. And I said, well, I got some pure leaf in this mug, and I think 1942 tastes good.
I feel like because mentally you know what would actually taste
go
good
together.
Right. So at a certain point you're like, let me try this. And once it hit you like, yeah, that's it. That's
like
right.
I do pink Starburst. I got the Jolly Rancher drinks.
Yeah.
Those are my drinks. And I had to it took me a couple of days to get them exactly how I wanted them before I let them hit the streets. But like I said, I also sell drinks. I sell drinks out of my car, my house, whatever you want to call it, right now. So,
what's your go-to drink? Your creative.
Like to make if somebody came to the bar and said, make me something, and I don't know, they don't know what they want. That I love that, but it drives me crazy.
See, for the guys, I give them the liquid marijuana, and for the girls, I give them my bikini shots.
For the girls,
and they love them.
I always do like a fruity, like tequila or vodka based drink. And for the guys, I always give them something like a little darker, but like, say I'll mix like Douce, Armoretta, and lemonade. Boom, they'd be like, oh, this shit fire. Like, you know, I always go to darker for the guys and lighter for the girls.
See, I don't do it that way. They say make me a drink, I be like darker light. Because it's guys that drink Patron.
Right? Oh, they be loving
They
that
love
Patron.
it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like darker light. And I'll be like, what kind of liquor you want? And then
those are my follow-up questions. Like, what do you usually drink? Darker light? What do you usually mix it with? Straight, nothing, blah, blah, blah. And then you go based off the customer. You go off they feel. You go off, you know, a lot of things that you analyze as a bartender and be like, I think you would like this. And then boom. You know what I mean? Or if you go off somebody who like, oh, I don't know, I just want to get drunk. A Long Island, a Ciroc party. Something simple that you know, they'd be like, oh, okay,
Ciroc party, that's my shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like 3 other new Cirocs.
The grape one, what else?
Watermelon,
the watermelon is my favorite.
And
I don't do vodka.
You can make so many drinks with that. That's
Ciroc,
like
Ciroc gives me.
I don't like Ciroc, but you know what drink I did make was when the French vanilla was out. That with the Baileys, so good.
I do Baileys with the coffee.
Very smooth. I had that too. That is really
with
good.
The coffee Patron.
Oh, what you do? You could do no wrong with that.
Syrup.
Honey, you could do no wrong with that.
We're gonna get a little serious. These next couple of questions.
Oh, Lordy.
Figure like
take a shot.
The time. You want to take a shot?
I do. Let's do it.
You know the time right now is fucked up. You got racism and all that shit, and then being a black female. You got the ops. Being black right now, you the ops right now, you know what I mean? Now, you said you worked at fucking weddings and other shit like that. So you deal with a different, not just niggas. Like,
right. No, the country club was a very different experience for me. And as you could imagine, being at a country club, the logistics for Black people having a membership to the country club is way lower than other ethnicities. You know, being able to access it.
When becoming a bartender, is sexual harassment one of the main things? Like the main teachings, like where you giving a warning, like you get hired, you be like, yo, these niggas.
I don't get a warning. No.
Nobody. There was no handbook. There was no booklet. There was no warning. There was no sign. Nothing.
Non-disclosure, nothing.
You learn it on the job. I've had people, and I'm sure you probably have people who wait for your shift to be over or wait outside.
Well, I can say
or wait
the
by
club
your car.
that I did work at downtown New Haven, we parked in the garage because there was no parking, and they made sure that a bouncer walked us to our car and that we were pulled off before the bouncer walked off.
Yep.
They didn't play that.
Yep.
Because there's been in that Yale area, you know.
Yeah, that downtown area.
There's a
it's
lot
creepy at night. It's 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Or Rise.
If I didn't leave with a guy friend of mine that came to get me, like that they knew,
security was walking.
Security was bringing me to
Rise
the car.
is at. That's
very respectable.
A scary location because there's a fucking alleys and
that's what
shit.
I'm saying. And you have to go in the elevator in the garage. And
yeah,
a friend of mine
scary,
said that a guy threatened to sexually. She wasn't even a bartender. She was just a club goer, and a guy threatened to sexually assault her in the elevator. And after that, the club got even worse. Like, they would make sure that we damn near were on the highway before they walked back.
That shit is serious, yo.
It's very serious, and you know what? Say if you're in a crowded bar, say if it's hip hop night, it's very crowded, and you just trying to get by. Say you the bottle
people will grab you, grope you.
They'll grope you. They'll rub your thighs, try to grab your ass, and it's like, do I smack the shit out of this person, or
like
do I?
You got every right to just like go ahead, like fuck the vibe up, like go ahead, fuck it up, like you got every right for that shit,
right?
Like.
And sometimes there's so many people you don't even know where it came from.
Exactly, because it's so crowded. You turn around and everybody looking like it wasn't me.
Yeah,
and now you sitting there like kind of feeling a little violated within yourself. Like
if we wanted that, we would have been strippers making a lot more money.
There you go. Heading out. There you go.
If I wanted you slapping my ass, I was required to pay for that too.
What's your think the difference between sexual harassment and being thirsty?
Thirsty is like...
Because, man, me and my girl, we had this conversation. I was like, man, it's pretty much the same thing.
It is, but there's a line.
She was like, nah, nigga, it's not the same thing.
And I feel like thirsty is very overrated in this generation because how I thought men were supposed to chase women. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind it so much. I might make somebody chase me if I like you.
Yeah.
But there's certain lines that just like, don't touch me if you could. If I'm not smiling, if I don't think nothing is funny, like even my arm, my hand, like don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't put your hands on me.
And I feel like that's where the sexual harassment, or don't say like blatantly disgusting things to me. Like, don't ask
at a bar one time.
I don't even know
and the man was watching porn and try to like show me. I'm like, bruh.
Why are you watching in here? Go home.
What are you? Come on. Like, things get very out of the line, but then you got to think about, like, you know, yourself and your job, and you got to figure out how to manage it. Because before, I used to, like, when I first started, I used to give out a fake number or whatever the case may be.
I don't do that. If
now,
I'm not interested.
For the last,
come back next week.
For the last 2-3 years, I'm like,
I'll be like,
bro,
listen, sometimes I have a ring that's on this hand, and it's not a wedding ring, but I'll wear it on this finger when I go to work. And if somebody says something, I go...
And she said that to me.
I used to lie when I first started. I was in a relationship. I used to lie and be like, I'm taking, you can't have friends. They always got to follow up shit to the shit that you gonna say. So now it's like, at a point, I learned to stand my ground and be like, nah, you good. Take your drink and enjoy yourself. You go have a good time. I'm sure there's a lot of girls in the audience or over here.
You know, I'm not here for that. I'm here to make money.
Right. I don't talk to people while I'm at work. I don't give them my number while I'm at work.
My girl said that to me. She said, if being thirsty don't work, that's when the sexual harassment comes. Right?
Especially if they got a lot of pride.
Where the thirsty is cute, and then it's like, okay.
Sometimes thirsty is some little small flirting.
And that's not thirsty.
That's not thirsty.
And females are like, and I'm a bad bitch. You can't tell me I'm not, okay?
Hello.
But I don't like the females that feel like they too good to even.
Yeah.
You're supposed, like, men are supposed to like you. I take compliments. I say thank you. I'm not.
I used to not do that, and my aunt used to be like, you could say thank you. If somebody say you look cute, you could say thank you.
It's just rude.
But I just felt like it would lead
you got
to
a
more
pretty smile,
conversation.
that don't mean Even if it does, you could say, listen, I'm at work, it's really busy, or I'll see there's a bunch of people over here, and I may not come back. But that's cool, but you should never be rude to a customer that's not being creepy.
My aunt told me that.
Because some people,
first I was.
He could be married, but it's nothing wrong with him saying, you have a pretty smile. Like, I'm not going to beat my husband up because he tell a woman she got a pretty smile. I might tell her she got a pretty smile.
Right.
And I'm
might say the same thing at the same time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. This generation blows mine sometimes.
Right.
Because it's like, so what do you want a man to do? You want to be single and miserable, or like it's
a lot of times they don't know your status. They don't know who you're going
know. And you're in
They
here,
don't know you're in a relationship.
And like, you know what? To be fair, 90% of the time, we ain't got no goddamn clothes on. They don't think we got no man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Whether or not we're not going home with them, we know that. Like they like true. Nightlife girls have like a worse stigma because 9 times out of 10 we the hardest bitches to get. First of all, we're not getting home till 5 o'clock, nigga. You sleep. Like, we don't even have time to play around with these niggas half the time. By the time we done cleaning up and counting money and we tired, we don't want to be bothered. Especially on the weekends. Catch me on Wednesday.
Listen, you gotta see me on Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
They're like, oh, we don't have time to sleep with that, man. We don't even have time for ourselves.
Right.
Alright, so entertaining the thirsty people, is that a role y'all?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like y'all have to play like.
Yeah,
I mean, we smile, we laugh, we say
a
little something here or there, but I think, like you said, between the thirsty and
the overly, like the creepy shit.
Yeah.
Like, don't come in here doing
There's
creepy
always
shit.
a fine line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and it's not a fine line. You know when you fucking being creepy. Like,
right.
I know when you're being nice, and then I know when you like me, and then I know when you're being fucking creepy.
Exactly.
That's.
You got to be able to read your customers, and if you're not good at that, the job is not for you.
Yeah, you got to analyze everything.
Because hey, like you said, you got a girl. You could come in there and say, hey, you look nice today, not mean nothing by it.
Yeah.
Just be having a good day.
But that's when it comes a lot of.
Buy a drink, go about your business. You don't even want to check for us. You feel me? You just being nice. Like you see the effort. Like you came in here looking nice. You look nice today. Thank you. How was your day? Like, that's your job as a bartender.
Exactly. And my thing as a bartender, when I speak to customers, I want them to talk about how was your day, how you doing, what you been up to.
And keep up with
how's
world
your
events,
kids,
sports.
how's your...
Like, when you work in clubs, it's different. But when you work in bars, you got to know what's going on politically. You got to know what's going on with sports.
Yeah,
who's your team?
You can't
be a cute airhead bitch.
Right.
And people forget
and that's when it comes to...
You can't be a cute airhead bitch with an attitude.
Push everything up. We're not talking about nothing private about me, nothing that I wouldn't feel comfortable sharing, because I'm shifting the conversation to where I want it to be.
Right.
So now it's, now it's we talking about the Lakers. Now we talking about the Cowboys. Now we talking about the
Trump.
weather.
Yeah,
we talking about Trump.
We talking about
whatever it is. We not talking about me.
Yeah.
Unless it's maybe, who did you hear? Or,
simple,
like little stuff.
Simple stuff.
Can the regulars, do y'all have regulars?
Yeah.
Oh, I love my regulars.
But can they be scary?
I love my
I
regulars.
haven't personally
you haven't dealt with that yet?
But I also deal with a younger crowd.
Yeah.
So usually the creeps are not the younger crowd.
It's the older motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember I went to the strip club once. That shit bugged me out.
The young ones are the thirsty ones, and the creepy, and the sexual harassment ones are the old ones.
Right. And that's how you
maybe that's how we feel because we're being biased about it, because we don't mind the younger dudes creeping on us. But the older ones are like, Grandpa, no.
Yeah.
You're not about to put me in your trunk.
I went to the strip club, and I seen this old white man bring a stripper flowers. I'm like, yo, this nigga gotta be like 60 with a wife at home. And he done found this young stripper chick, and he just sprung.
But you know what? The strippers kind of do it to themselves.
Yeah.
Because they'll get in his ear and say a lot of shit that us as bartenders
and
are
they
not
believe.
Do.
And
not saying that all strippers are having sex, and not saying that all strippers are doing it, but I have friends that were and are actual dancers, and they will tell you, they will mind fuck the shit out of you. You think you got some ass.
That's what the stripper's supposed to do.
Right, so that's different. He probably cared about that girl. Like,
no, legit, they do.
That's a fact.
They do.
They have a
really
talent that I
like.
That's a fact.
He probably really cared about. Maybe it was her birthday. Maybe it was Valentine's Day.
I had a girl at one of my bars.
A guy brought us flowers on Valentine's Day and chocolate.
Every time I worked.
Was that a regular?
Yeah.
He was sending her flowers. And not even off her real name, off her Instagram
name. Yeah.
You don't even know her name. You sending her flowers
I worked on Valentine's Day.
Instagram name.
It was a Friday. And Valentine's Day I worked, and one of the regulars brought us in flowers and chocolate.
Like somebody sent you flowers, I'm like, this is for, well, that's my pink.
I don't find that creepy.
That's creepy to me.
I don't find that creepy because if you think about it, back in the day, and especially in the not older, but guys that are like maybe between like 40 and 50, that was the thing to do. If you saw a girl working at Walgreens and she was pretty, you might send her flowers to Walgreens to try to get her attention. We're in a different generation.
Don't give me no gifts. Don't give me nothing because I ain't giving you shit.
I don't think that's rapey. Like, along the lines of where we're going. I think that, like, generosity is like, it's becoming. But
this generation lacks that.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you're giving me flowers in this generation that lacks all these things that you see your grandfathers doing, your great grandfathers doing,
but if your regulars are that age, whether or not you find it creepy, you come in here every week with your titties out. That man like your titties, whether you want to admit it or not.
That's true.
You like his money, he likes your titties. He's not touching them, but he likes the motherfuckers.
Right.
And he's coming. He's your regular because he likes them titties.
Right.
The minute you cover them titties, let me go to the titties. You have to know your job. You signed up for it, sort of. Stuff like that.
To a certain extent, right.
Don't touch me and don't say no weird, creepy shit to me.
Right.
And don't just stare at me to the point where I feel like I'm going to disappear. And be cool. Don't follow me home. Like, weird stuff like that, I don't like.
Oh, some play club shit.
Yeah.
How important?
Certain things come with the job of bartending in certain clubs. Now, when you just bartend at Ruby Tuesdays and stuff like that, they don't deal with shit like that.
Like, when I first started bartending, my baby father used to get mad when I post the time I get off. Because he used to be like, niggas around the hood or around where you live know where you live. They know you got tips. They know the time you get off. You probably going to be drinking or a little tipsy. They might rob you for that bread. They might try to take advantage of you or whatever the case may be. He'd be like, okay, post it, but do you got to post the time you get off so niggas know when you get home? But exactly, they all close at the same time.
When he knew I worked, he would show up at like 1:40.
They all close.
And he would sit there while I count my stuff, you know what I'm saying, and make sure I get home.
Right.
Like, it just is different.
That goes
if you
back
have
to
somebody to come meet you at the end of the night, then do that.
That goes
Whether
back to chivalry. Back in the days, my grandfather always taught me never take the same way home. So I'll take 2-3 different routes home, just so niggas can't catch up to what I got going on. And they not about to meet me at my front door.
Yeah, my grandfather told me that too.
Yeah, don't always take the same way.
Never take the same way home.
Yeah, he was a gangster.
Sometimes I go straight, sometimes I go left, sometimes
I take a left, I might take
you
a
to
right.
another city and come back home.
That's a fact. A 5-minute drive can easily turn into 15 minutes. Like, you got it. That's the shit you got to do.
Right.
It's important. And, you know, and even as the bartenders, like, if we're cool, we make sure we park next to each other, we walk together. Like, I feel like bars, they should be like families. Like,
that's a no.
To me, anyways, I've never worked in a hostile environment, like, thankfully. And if I ever had an issue, I find it as all people's responsibilities. I was talking to Ray, is her name, right? Earlier about that. Yeah. Like, you might have done something and didn't mean to. So before I just come off, unless it's blatant disrespect, before I just go off, I will have a conversation.
I want to see where your head was and like, why. What made you say that?
Yeah, like what happened? Like I did something. Like I you know something I don't know. Like not in a negative. Like, not with an attitude or nothing.
I'm just trying to figure out the vibe.
Right? Like simple, you okay could change a whole aspect of something that's going on. Because for all I know, your mother could have died this morning. I mean, granted, you probably won't be at work, but I'm just saying, like, you don't know what's going on in people's lives outside of what you see.
And that's why I'm always so nice and sweet and hospitable behind the bar.
Even
like I said, there's people who wanted to fight me in high school. There's people who didn't like me because of X, Y, and Z. But now you come to the bar and I'm the only server, and now it's like, oh, can I get a this? Yeah, boo, what else you need? Now I'm being sweet as a sugar cane to you, baby. Yeah. Even though I know you didn't like me, you bashed me, you talked about me to your friends, you told this nigga not to mess with me, or this chick don't rock with me, or whatever the case may be. But now you in my household. Basically, you at my bar.
You gotta come fuck with me.
So now
you don't want to look like the lonely, like you lonely because you
So now how I mind fuck you is I give you the best customer service.
Of course.
I be the sweetest. I might even pour a little extra in your drink.
Before, like, my money ain't no good with you. I said, everybody money green, baby. What you mean?
But when I first started, I wasn't like that. That's why I said it's a transition from when I first started bartending to now. Because when I first started, I'd be like, I'm not serving her, you serve her. Now I be like, what you need, baby love? What you need? What you need? Cause I'm gonna be a sugar sweet to you, and you gonna be like, damn, why I didn't like this bitch again? Oh yeah, you remember it was for no reason. Okay.
That's a fact, yo. But is there like a sort of a sisterhood with bartending?
It should be.
Oh,
and
definitely.
There is.
Definitely. Like at Perfections, I remember one Sunday he was like, all bartenders from anywhere, y'all eat 50% off. Anywhere from bartenders.
Yeah.
You don't even gotta ever have been behind the bar at Perfection. But what it is we understand each other to a certain level.
Yeah.
We get what each other may go through at a certain level. Mm-hmm. Whether I know you or not. Like we just met today.
That was my whole thing, to bring people that never met, that never been around each other. They may know you.
Yeah, like I'm a regular at Perfection. You know what I'm saying? So that's as far. And I didn't even know her name. I just know that's the bartender from Perfection.
Yeah.
Right.
She probably like, that's the girl from Facebook.
Right. And there we go.
I'm gonna give a clown on Facebook. So
that's the beauty of it. Like when people meeting new people, like.
And that's one of the things I love about bartending too. You meet a lot of different people from everywhere, different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different careers. And, you know, once you get to talking, I feel like you learn a lot. Like, I've had people try to teach me stocks while I was behind the bar. People try to teach me trading while I was behind the bar. People try to teach me real estate while I was behind the bar. I mean, like, so many different things that you actually sit and
you
like...
I think one of my bars is in the Valley, so you got to imagine a different customer that
Right.
So I dibble and I dabble. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta talk to them motherfuckers. Like.
That's why I love meeting new people.
It's different.
And that's another thing about bartending. It's like, okay, you go to work, you go to your 9 to 5. You put this here, this here, this here, this here, this here for 6 to 8 hours a day. You go to bartending, you put this here, this here, this here, and you have a million different conversations you never thought you would ever have. Ever. And it's like, wow, I respect you for your thought process. I respect you for your mind. I respect you for the way that you even breaking this situation down to me. And it's like, I would have never thought of that.
And some of us need degrees in counseling at this point because people come there and cry.
At this point, we therapists. Honey, we are therapists, okay? They go there when their boyfriend broke up with them, when their boyfriend cheated on them, when their mama died, when their sister got back on drugs. When they come to the bar for so many different reasons. And that's why I try my best to be so nice and give that customer service.
Yeah, sometimes if I'm having a really bad day, I'll just call her and say I don't want to come in today. Not because I'm being shysty, but because I want to give my best to my job.
Yeah. And you know, at
and I worked in the mental health field for over 10 years. Sometimes you need a day.
Right.
And, you know, my manager always used to say that, like, if you're not feeling like yourself, don't come bring that shit up in here. Call me and let me know and take a personal day.
Yeah.
Because, you know, working in mental health, them people need you. And they need your positivity, and they need your patience.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's the same way at the clubs and at the bars. Some people are drunk, so they mentally not right.
They didn't even come in there.
So if you're not in the right state of mind to deal with people that's not in their right state of mind, don't come and don't be there.
That's a fact. And I feel like with the mental health shit, like, I feel like dealing with people and listening to, my mom just died, I lost my job, such and such got killed.
I've been had people coming there and say, I found out I had HIV today. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That shit.
I lost my child. I was pregnant. I lost my baby.
That shit fucks with you so much because you hearing so much. Like, yo, the fuck? Like, this is
you
crazy.
don't realize how much of a therapist you are to these people that you may not even know. From a can of paint.
Like a lot of people are, oh, they just bartend. My own mother told me, well, when is you going to get a real job? Like this, I'm on my feet for all these hours. I'm sticky. I'm sweaty. It's hot as fuck in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean a real job? Like,
what crowd is it that y'all made the most money? And y'all gotta give me a number, but what's the crowd that y'all really fuck with? Like, yo, I wish I could do that tomorrow.
If I had to go by events, I would say weddings.
All right.
Crowd-wise, I'm going to let her take over.
I feel like you're going to say college.
College crowd is the least money. They're the easiest people to serve.
Yeah.
They seldom complain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the easiest crowd to work with.